What's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about a wild story that's coming out of the Page 6 news there in New York City. Now, Page 6, they're well known for their gossip columns and all the gossip news that they usually spread, along with other stories, man. They're more of a mainstream publication and well respected in the entertainment craft, right? Well, it looks like, or I should say the journalistic craft, right? Well, it looks like they're reporting that Meek Mill and Travis Scott got into the fisticuffs, got into a fight. It went down, according to Page 6, that is. Now, to be real, I couldn't picture this. Once I heard this story or seen this trending, I couldn't put it together. But the story, man, it makes a lot of allegations about what took place at this Hamptons party. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over the whole story, talk about the whole scene from what Meek Mill put on social media himself, and then, man, we're going to get to the specifics. Now, before we do that, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and, man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, man, let's go all the way in on this story, right? So the headline pretty much says it all. It says Meek Mill and Travis Scott got into a fight at a ritzy Hamptons party. So basically, Meek Mill and Travis Scott got into it. Now, when I read that headline, first thing I'm thinking is, man, they out in the Hamptons swinging? Like throwing the hands, the dukes. Now, for those of you, so I can set the mood or level set everybody in case you don't know about the Hamptons and all that. And I ain't going to act like I know because I ain't never been out there, you know what I mean? It's this place outside of New York or kind of close to New York or whatever where people go who have money to spend their summers, right? If you have a whole bunch of dough, you go out there, you party. They have all these all-white parties. Diddy's been doing it back since the 90s. It's always been a thing. And it's really geared towards really rich people, man. Like, I would think that if you were just a regular person in that scene, it would be awkward for you because everybody's so rich. I mean, not to say you couldn't be a fly on the wall and soak up all that game, but man, it just seems like something for really, really rich people, and it's always been that way for a long time. It's like almost customary in the Northeast for that. You know what I mean? Rich people go to the Hamptons for the summer, right? Now, the story continues by saying this. It says, Meek Mill and Travis Scott got into it at a ritzy 4th of July in a Hamptons party, causing a huge scene outside the party. Now, that's almost, man, cringeworthy already reading that. That Meek Mill and Travis Scott were in this ritzy event and got into it, but man, let's continue. Sources say the two rappers got into a loud verbal argument at the over-the-top soiree, which was thrown by 76ers co-owner Michael Rubin and attended by a host of stars including Jay-Z, Robert Kraft, Alex Rodriguez, and John Bon Jovi. But the rappers were pulled apart and led away from each other before it escalated. Now that is wild, man. That's wild and almost embarrassing because they're having this upscale party and then the two rappers got to be the ones that got to be separated because they're getting into a fight. But it gets worse, man. So let me continue. Now the story continues by saying, we're told Mill, and that's how they're going to use Meek Mill's name in this for some reason, Mill in particular was thrown into a rage by the confrontation. It could be heard yelling at the highest in the room rapper even after he walked away from the scene. So they're saying Meek Mill was the most turned up and he was yelling at Travis Scott, and I could only imagine what for. I would love to be a fly on that wall to see why they were arguing because nobody to this point knows, but we'll get to that in a second. Now, insiders say it's not clear what started the beef. We're also told there's video of the scene. So they're also being told that there is video of the scene. So it looks like there is a video out there floating around somewhere of these two getting into it. Now, I have yet to see this video pop up anywhere, but obviously if there is a video and they know about it, it's going to show up somewhere. I'm pretty sure some of the bigger news publications are already looking at who they could pay to get this thing out there so everybody can see it, man. You already know the names and you know where it's coming from. Now, the story continues by saying the incident, which allegedly happened around 1:30 a.m., see, 1:30 a.m. That is like prime time for anything to go wrong, I swear. All right, let me continue. Effectively brought the extravagant white party event to a close. Man, so they got into an argument. Like, there was no word of any fist being thrown or anything like that. They got into an argument, And that was enough for the rich people to say, hey, man, we packing this up, going home. Nope, we ain't going to be here for if some guns come out or anything wild like that. Now, Meek Mill is highly successful. And Travis Scott has been getting that bag, man. When I say getting that bag, Travis Scott has been killing it out here. You know what I mean? They're both rich, man. So this should have been able to be something that they could squash. But see, I can't say that because I don't know what they were arguing about. I don't know what they were fighting about. I mean, it really might have been something worth talking about in that tone. You know what I mean? So I'm going to shoot him a little bit of bail right there, right? Okay, so the story continues by saying this, man. It says reps for Mill and Rubin didn't comment. A rep for Scott couldn't immediately be reached. Mill and Scott don't seem to have any past beef, though Mill has been in heated rivalries with other rappers. So they're going to be bringing up the past here. And they talk about his situation with 6ix9ine, in the parking lot in Atlanta or whatnot. They talk about his past feud with Drake and talking about how they settled their differences by, collaborating. And what they attribute this to somewhat, they don't say it exactly, but they say it might have something to do with the time that Meek Mill criticized Travis Scott for performing at the Super Bowl halftime show with Maroon 5 because of what was going on at the time. I don't want to get into specifics of that because I don't do politics. You know what I mean? Now, it finishes by saying this. It says, on the other side of the spectrum at Rubin's party, Brooklyn Nets star James Harden was caught on video in an apparent tickle battle with Mill earlier in the night. It was captured on video in the background of a clip showing rapper Lil Uzi Vert breakdancing with Mill giggling at Harden's tickle attack. What? Okay, man. I tried not to laugh at that because I saw that trending that Meek Mill and James Harden were in a tickle battle. And, I don't judge, man. If that's how they communicate their friendship, to me, it's, but yeah, man, funny, man. Especially when you think of Meek Mill. Because I like Meek Mill. Don't get me wrong, man. I like his raps. I like his music, man. I like his music. Don't get me wrong. I like Championships. That was a dope album. I wish he would have followed it up with something doper. But, he's all right, man. But to be having a tickle battle with another dude, man, and you can talk about James Harden with the beard and Meek Mill, that is funny, man. You got to admit, that is funny, man. I'm not attacking them or anything. You got to be so, careful what you say today. But, man, that's funny. Now, ESPN's Jalen Rose and David Jacob discussed the video on their podcast with Jacoby labeling Harden and Mills exchange a tickle fight before asking Rose, how ticklish is Meek Mill? Whoa, okay, whatever, man. We going way out of the spectrum of hip-hop now, right? But I guess that's what they were talking about on TV. Now, I wonder if the fact that video of the tickle battle is what got Meek Mill upset. Maybe Travis Scott took that video and said, oh, you're going to talk about me on the Super Bowl, huh? And put it out there. Now, that's not for fact and that's not for certain, but that would be funny. Now, it finishes by saying the clip was filmed by Lil Uzi Vert's girlfriend, City Girls member JT, and the Scott video was apparently less jovial. Okay, so they're talking about the fact that Scott video is obviously, a heated exchange. It is not of lighthearted or funny, not jovial. But, man, this is an interesting story. Meek Mill and Travis Scott having beef out here, and it seemed like Meek Mill was still upset. I wonder what they were getting into it about, man. Is there something that I'm missing that I haven't seen besides the whole Super Bowl situation that Meek Mill and Travis Scott might be beefing about? But, man, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that this is real, or do you think this is rumor? And, man, none of this has been substantiated. Nobody's seen the video so far. So, man, and to be real, it almost, when the first time I heard it, I was like, it just didn't make sense. Now, with that, this has been your boy, Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.